Hello.
Wow.
Hello, everybody. We're minus Lewis Lee tonight. He is on assignment.
Something
Uh,
about building an ark.
yeah, tell me about it. It has been raining pretty hard and hot and heavy here.
It just rained enough here to clean off my windshield, so
Uh,
I
we've
can
had
actually
gully.
I can actually see how to drive to work in the morning.
Yeah, we've had gully washers here. So,
Uh,
just saying hi to everybody that's popped in. Carleen,
hey,
and Nicholas Anthony Talker. But we cannot forget, way up here at the top, Carl Whitzman was the first one to say hello, everyone. And
Overachiever.
and we are maxing out the StreamYard capability. We are broadcasting to 8 different destinations right now.
We hope.
Yeah, we hope.
uh,
And it looks like 2 of them are on Dan Hollifield's page, 3 are on our YouTube Stupid O'Clock page, 3 are on our Halicon, a fantasy and horror page.
And a
One's
partridge in a pear tree.
on my page, and a lot of ones on the other pages. But I want to welcome everybody. This is Stupid O'Clock. We're sort of sponsored by Halicon. Just to give you an idea what Halicon is, it's a fantasy horror convention down in Dalton, Georgia. Want to say hello to John B. Johnson. Hey, John, JJ, glad to see you here. And okay, let me see. I got upset some people here. Carl Whitzman says the first day that it didn't rain at least once. Okay, and what does Ted Davis say? Make sure you watch all of the Incredible Dan on TED Talks Tuesday at 10 a.m.
oh,
The
Ted
incredible, the incredible Dan.
Yeah,
yes,
the
Do we
Incredible.
know
Ted
him?
had so much fun. He said, "We're going to have to do this again. There's going to have to be a part 2."
Yeah. And Carleen says, oh, and he's so he got the special treatment with a special high. Of course he did, because he was the first one to comment. Oh.
Oh,
And she says, even though I was the first to like and share, I see how you are. Okay, I didn't see that you liked and shared, but okay.
Technically, StreamYard was the first to comment. Just so.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, StreamYard was the first to comment, because that's every time.
Yes.
Live viewers comments show up on StreamYard. This is an example. To click on the comment to show on screen. Yeah, just make a comment on whatever channel you're watching, and it should show up. If you are watching on Facebook, for us to see what name you're using, see who you are, you need to go to StreamYard.com/Facebook, StreamYard.com/Facebook, and grant permission for them to for Facebook to share your profile with StreamYard. That way we can know who is talking to us. And Carly says, I guess I need to comment whenever I come in, even if it's 2 hours ahead of time. Yes, Carly, because that's what Brian Whitzman. Now that's a scary thought. Brian K. Morris.
That's a completion there, yeah. Robbie Scar, hello.
Hello, Robbie. Welcome to our show. We've been doing this for quite a few times. Actually, this is our 94th show on YouTube.
I'm going to need more beer.
Yeah, I've got 2 right here, but about halfway through with one. I just opened the darn things right before the show went live. Yes.
Holy crap.
I have that
Brian Whitzman, too terrible to contemplate. And Christine says, take it easy tonight, Dan. We have amaretto sours pouring, drinking with the Davies tomorrow at 6.
I've got it bookmarked. I have the the prompt set up to remind me if I don't nod off in my chair after work, I will be there.
I'm gonna have to make a trip to the liquor store.
Oh,
Oh,
it'd be well worth it. I mean, Ted and Christine mix up some of the best drinks. Let me tell you.
yes.
I am so sad that I can't stock the bar with liquor.
You can. You just gotta do
Again,
it fast.
yeah, I'd have to do it continuously. Oh,
You know how-
Ted, caffeine. I go you one better.
Get you one of those fake bars that like looks like something else. You open it up and there's all the liquor, and then put another one of those behind that one.
Dude, I've got an entire bar in the living room and kitchen. I mean, shelves for like half a mile.
Hey, Bill Sartain, how are you doing? Welcome to the
Bill.
show.
The only problem is that as fast as I would buy liquor, Lindsay would drink it. So, although she hasn't had so much as a glass of wine in several weeks. So, she takes these fits to where I don't want to drink anymore, and she doesn't. I mean, and then something will happen that is really depressing, and she'll go buy me a bottle of wine. Yes, I'm a professional drinker. Don't try this at home.
No, wait a minute. You're supposed to try it at home.
Not with.
It's
not
trying it in
with
public.
me.
You get in trouble with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, really.
And my favorite line is, I was not drunk in public. I was drunk in a bar. They threw me in public.
Arrest them.
Oh.
Carl says, I bet there's some secret booze behind all those books.
Nope, those are just books, Carl.
Mm.
That's my my hallway bookshelf.
Those are secret whiskey flasks, is what those are. Each one of those books is actually a flask of whiskey.
No, they're just fuel for the imagination.
That's one way of putting
it. Carly says she was thinking that exact routine. Yeah. Believe it or not, I saw Ron White do that routine at the Comedy Catch out on Brainerd Road in a standing room only, probably 3 years before he really took off.
Oh, Ted. Oh, thank you, Robbie. Yeah, I've been collecting since I was about 5.
And Ted Davies says, between Carl, Don, Donna, and Ted, it's an intervention waiting to happen. Probably.
Let me tell you, anybody that tries to intervene better be wearing their Kevlar underoos.
It's an AA meeting. Alcoholics Unanimous.
Yeah, right. Hey, Bill.
Howdy, howdy.
Hey, Bill. Welcome to the show. Thanks for dropping in.
You sounding good.
Oh, I'm sounding tired. And I probably did. Dropping in is probably the correct term. I just got done doing my evening walking, and I did a little bit over 6,100 steps, which for me is a lot.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot for anybody.
Well, the stupid goal on this thing is 10,000 steps. So.
What's that, 20 miles a day?
No, 10,000 is actually 5 miles, so a little bit over 5 miles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you, if I make 10,000 steps in a day, I promise you there was a gun involved.
Or somebody was selling chem lights at the riverbed.
Oh, yeah. We've heard stories about that.
I am saving up and planning on making my order and having the delivery here on July 1st.
You're gonna rent a hover around.
Somebody's got some whooshing noises going on back there.
I think it's Bill out in the. I think it's cars driving by.
I'm outside. If you need me to, I can go inside.
No. Enjoy the outside.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Okay.
Don't
Well,
worry
this
about
is
it. Just pretend it's the Blue Angels or something and enjoy yourself.
Traffic noise is no less incoherent than we are. So.
Oh, traffic noise is a whole lot less incoherent than we are most of the time.
Are you saying it's both white noise, John? But
it's red, white, and blue noise. That's what it is.
Hey, I'm going to tell you, probably a little later this summer, I might actually move some of my equipment outside and do the show from the front porch.
I've thought about doing that.
Yeah, I'd have to go back to the laptop for that.
No, I got a long enough cord and the window's right there.
I did take my laptop out on the front porch on Halloween night and watch the Halicon broadcast from the front porch while I was handing out candy to kids.
Hey, there's Vaughn Gantz. Hey, Vaughn, how are you doing?
Hi, girl.
And this is a little bit of a convention. Of course, you know John and Dan, and this is Bill Sartain. Bill is up in Indiana or Ohio?
Illinois.
Illinois.
Okay.
You're out.
One of them I words.
Yeah.
Well, he was hitting the border states, so you were in the vicinity.
I could have got you with a nuke.
It's called bracketing.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, if the skeeters get too bad, I probably will go inside. Right now, I have skeeter plant, which is citronella, and stuff does work.
Yeah, it does. It does. Let's see. There are a couple of others that do too. One that surprised me was purple sage.
All in my brain.
Yeah, we've been trying to grow that here, but evidently there's too much mud in the soil and not enough sand, so it doesn't really grow well in the ground, but it goes really well in plant pots. So we'll keep trying.
Well, you are in what, East Georgia? Southeast Georgia, or just east?
Northeast.
Okay.
We're almost in South Carolina. I mean, it's like an hour.
Okay.
But it's mostly red clay, white clay, and granite. So anything that doesn't grow in poor soil with a lot of rocks hasn't got a chance here.
So you can't grow corn, huh?
Oh, you can go corn real well. I mean, corn grows better here than it does on the upside down hillsides in Kentucky. But we just can't.
Bill didn't leave. He just cut his camera off. You're going inside.
Yeah, I'm going inside because my internet's a little dicey.
Okay.
Oh, don't worry about it. Lindsay sent me a panic message at work today. She texted me that the internet was out, the Wi-Fi was fine, but she could not get the Roku to connect to the internet so she could watch her TV shows. And I rushed home from work, and as soon as I pulled in the driveway, the internet came back on. I wasn't even in the house. I didn't do anything. And I don't know what it was. I really don't. But
it knew you weren't there.
It got lonely for so long. Oh, well. Let's not get a copyright strike. And besides, I can't sing worth it.
Thank you.
I
am going to throw shout outs real quick to Syed bin Laz. I'm sorry, I'm butchering your name. Holly McClure, John B. Johnson, Nick Tockert, and you guys have also gave us a big thumbs up. And Bill Sartain gave us the wonderful heart of love for the show. And Carl Witzman says that's how technology acts when Uncle Carl is out.
Yeah, because technology wants Aunt Donna to complain, so Uncle Carl is miserable.
No, it's not that bad.
Oh, come on. Tell me that's not what married life is all about.
No, I've got a wonderful marriage. Actually, me and my wife actually have hall sex just about every day. When we pass each other in the hall, we go, fuck you. She goes, fuck you too.
Well, if you take the intent for the deed, then
yeah,
you're well covered for the next 50 years.
Yeah. Ted Davies says, married life's good here. Okay, yeah, Christine sitting right next to you.
Yep. Has she bought the boat and the concrete blocks and the chicken wire yet?
Oh, you saw my list of what not to buy at Walmart on one trip, didn't you?
Yeah.
I think the 20-ounce Mountain Dew is what set it over the limit.
Oh, well. I mean, that's practically a controlled substance nowadays.
Mm-hmm. And Carlene says, nope, I'm not much of a complainer, but does tick me off when something won't work. Carl walks in the room, then it does without him even touching it.
Oh.
And Ted Davies says, no, Dan, she owns them already.
Get stock in the company.
You really need to stay away from the drawer with the jar lids in it. Seriously, just stick to bringing ice and spoons. Stay out of her way.
And Tech fears Uncle Carl.
Oh, well, yeah. That's different from most of the folks that I work with. They fear Tech. So.
Oh, yeah. So what have you guys been up to?
Well, the factory's been kind of busy. We ran some experimental stuff last week, and I'm giving it a 7-day aging test this week. And there was, speaking of Tech, there was some information that I needed to have real handy, so I had to kind of hack our own system and get a spreadsheet to tell me what I wanted to know without giving me all the extra information that I didn't need. And it took about 20 minutes for me to figure out exactly what I needed to do and edit it down. And now I've got a nice little printout of everything I need. And, tests are going well. There's going to be some real improvements in the housing industry coming up within the next year. Let me tell you that. So everything's
Say that again.
There's going to be some real improvements coming up in the housing industry with regard to higher quality insulation that you're going to be able to have installed in your houses, especially remodeling and new construction.
Okay.
So this stuff's going to be better than it ever was.
When you're saying, you did the 7-day test, well, shouldn't insulation last like 70, 80 years?
Well, no, see, that's one of the things. I have to test it at 7 days, 30 days, 45 days, 60 days, and 90 days, and a year, 2 years, 3 years, just to find out what the shelf life is before it's actually bought and installed. Because once it goes in the walls, it's there forever. Yeah. And the stuff that deteriorates in the short term is going to be the stuff you don't want at all in your walls. So the longer it lasts, the better it is. the closer it stays to how good it was the day it was made. For the longest time, that's what you go for. And I'm the guy in North America that provides that information.
Okay. I'm working on a little something real quick. I'm going to talk about some of our guests we got coming up
Oh, good. Yeah.
for Halicon. And if you've gone to the Halicon Fantasy and Horror Convention page, you have seen that we've announced Brian K. Morris as our one of our guests, and I just lost the page. There it is. Brian, he's a freelance book publisher, or independent book publisher. He's an author, award-winning playwright, and a former mortician's assistant. Brian actually does a show on Facebook and YouTube called Clever Tiled Appending every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. on Facebook and YouTube. Just look up Nevermind, just search Nevermind the Furthermore, or check out the Rising Tide Broadcast Network for his I am not a good reader, am I? I can read, but I can't make it come out my mouth.
That's that aphasia stuff that I was telling you about last week.
Yeah. And then another one of our guests is let me get to it. I move the thing around. Jack. I just drew a blank on his name. We had him as a guest on the Stupid O'Clock, and then our other guest that we have announced is TD Rolfson, local. He is the resident author at Halicon. Him and his wife KT Hunter will be promoting her next week. But those are two of our guests. If you want to see who else will be at Halicon, just go to halicon.com. Check out the guest page. We've got, a lot of guests already on there, but we're going to do spotlights on the guests coming up real soon. All right. And we got guests. All right. What do you got coming? There's Charles Dwayne Gass, the big kahuna. Thanks for tuning in, the kahuna. We need to get you on here as a guest sometime, Dwayne.
No kidding. We see his show all the time. And
yeah. Well, he's backed away from his show because of school.
They let him out of the house.
Yeah, they let him out of the house. School activities, and he's going back to work, and he's doing all that. But yeah, we got to get him back. Got to get him as a show. Where did that come from?
Where did what come from?
It says, just do what she asked. Never say, I told you so. Okay, that must be you. I didn't put that in there.
I did.
Oh, okay.
Maybe when they change to having designated guest hosts,
yeah.
When I answer somebody's chat thing, it won't show up as the whole room.
Yeah. You have to do it off to the actual destination, Dan.
Right.
This is for what?
I always bring up a Facebook page just so I can make comments without seeing 8 different copies of the same comment.
That's a good idea. If I could do that without having 2 versions of the program running with the sound going, I might be able to do that to the iPad.
You have to turn off the sound on the Facebook page or you get that weird echo thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm still learning this stuff, folks.
Yeah.
I've only had ops for 2 weeks.
Dan Hollyfield's consternation brought to you by StreamYard.
Consternation. No, it's just a minor annoyance.
StreamYard's actually pretty cool. It does take a little getting used to. You got to figure out where the buttons are.
Yeah. Now,
don't give me straight lines. This isn't the green room.
Well, right here, this is what this is really good for. Watch the chat, guys. And it just popped up on all the channels.
Really? I only see 3.
Well, that's the... Okay. Well, it should. Should have popped up on the Aphelion webpage, too.
Make sure you've got the all button hit down at the bottom next to the comment block.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can actually tell it where you want the comment to go.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, it only goes to the 3 that I have out. Okay.
So you're missing the Aphelion page, the Stupid O'Clock Facebook, the Helicon Facebook, my Facebook, and your Facebook.
There you go, Vaughn. That's what it's supposed to have done. It showed up to a hyperlink on the... that is our website. Check out our website, www.halocon.com, for great information on a great little convention.
Yep. Vaughn helps run some of the other local conventions.
Yeah. Vaughn is... What would Vaughn's title be?
The brains behind the operation.
The brains that fills the bellies at LibertyCon.
Oh, he's a chef.
Vaughn. Vaughn's the one that is the head of... there's Bill. Bill's back, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Bill.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah, I do.
There he is. Okay.
There's
Suite
Bill.
Director. Yes. Sorry. Trying to do 6 different things at once, and I can't get pronouns correct when I'm busy.
Yeah. Vaughn says she likes that description. The brains that feeds the bellies. Yes.
Supreme overlord of imagination fuel.
Oh. It's not gonna work. Oh. Heavens to Betsy.
What are you doing, Dan?
I opened up something from Facebook, and
Oh, that was your first mistake.
it's got subtitles. Ugh. That was definitely a mistake.
And Carl says, sorry he was off putting likes on other feeds.
Oh,
Yeah, we've
Yes.
actually got so many likes it won't even tell me where they all are from now.
just one of those things.
Yep.
There's a one more down there at the bottom.
Yep.
Yep. I'll be right back.
All right. And looks like Bill's having net issues.
You mean there were like 3 guys in white coats with big net?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Carl Whitzman says, open something from Facebook. Was a link from Joe Dog? Don't open those.
no.
Hey, they're not bad. They're just funny.
Apparently somebody cloned my Facebook account.
Yes.
And Joe sent me a message saying someone's cloned your Facebook account. I had to double check to make sure Joe wasn't messing with me.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been pulled down. Or except more than one, John. Yeah. I posted over in Uncle Carl's secret humor group. Don't accept the evil clone. Of course, Donna.
My plan is working.
Of course, Donna also commented in, which one's the evil one? I said, Okay, the eviler one.
The unauthorized clone. How's that?
Oh,
Oh, just so you know, I think I know what happened. That it got cloned.
yeah,
I was trying to follow this one artist on his Pixiv account,
yeah.
and I don't have a Pixiv account, so I was going to set up a Pixiv account. It said, click here to set up a Pixiv account with Facebook. Ooh, cool. Click. And of course, 2 hours later, I start getting this, hey, your account's been cloned.
Mm.
So beware the Pixiv Facebook button.
I'm getting tweets from Elon. Hold on a minute.
Oh. You want his money back? Do you want your money back?
Mm. Evidently, Elon has broken up with Bitcoin.
Really?
Yes.
I've heard that a lot of these electronic currencies that are out there,
Yeah.
and I think Bitcoin was the big one, was they use so much electricity to
Yeah.
maintain the servers and everything.
Yeah.
That it's like quadruply redundant. So there's actually
Yeah.
multiple server farms just for one account, stuff like that. And that everybody's trying to go away from it because they're not green energy.
Yeah.
You think Elon would start one of them things with solar power?
Yeah. Of course, here's what it says. With her, I know I said it would be over between us if you quoted another Linkin Park song, but I found someone else. Him. So in the end, it doesn't even matter. Yes, a tweet from Elon. He has broken up with Bitcoin. You heard it here first, people. Elon broke up with Bitcoin.
Well, we knew it was coming.
I wonder how much Bitcoin he owned.
$1.38.
That was odd.
What did you do?
You know, it's 100,000 times more than anybody else owns.
You remember I told you my
You're upgrading your graphics card?
my graphics card?
You may have to reboot.
I might have to. See what it's doing right now. Nope,
Sorry
still
about
running.
that, Bill. Two of us clicked at once.
Well, sorry about that. I've just got to tell my neighbor he needs to get better internet.
I like him. I really do.
Not
What? You like Bill?
Not
I'm getting echoes.
Yeah.
It ain't for me.
me. No, I got my earbuds on.
I don't know where the echoes come.
Is
Okay,
it plugged in right?
Hold on.
Hello.
No, it's not coming from Bill.
Well, if it's not coming from me, I have a question for all of you.
Okay.
I ordered a Samsung Galaxy smartwatch that supposedly does everything but the dishes and take care of your changing the oil in your car. And anyway, I ordered, a new one is about $350. Moi cannot afford that. So I bought a refurbished one off of eBay that I saw a lot of good feedback. The guy had it was a 99% positive feedback on his eBay store. I read the bad reviews and they seem kind of generic to me, but I'm just hoping that when I get this thing, they said anytime between Saturday and next Wednesday. That I didn't know if any of you had any experiences with smartwatches and that. Since I'm doing my walking and that, I want it for that, and then I want it for notifications and messages, and like when stupid o'clock's going to be on.
Well, honestly, I've never wore a watch.
Well, I wear
Yeah.
Superman watch, but it's cool, but not smart.
Yeah. Carl Whitsman says refurbished stuff can be good. I don't know why.
Well, I had a friend of mine tell me that because this is coming from a company and not an individual person, the company does sell I'm trying to read.
Carl says he had a Samsung watch once, and
okay,
and he likes it, but he doesn't wear watches.
okay.
And he said, Ted Davies says, I'll buy a Superman Reeves figure for $200, but not bulk. And Vaughn says she has a Fitbit and has been looking at the Samsung smartwatch, but she doesn't have one yet.
So I think the first generation one is the Gear, and then
Dan,
this one is just the.
Dan, do you have your laptop running the show?
Nope.
Or
Nope.
the.
I have no speakers other than the headset.
Okay. It sounds like somebody is using another copy. I'm hearing myself. And I'm talking now, and it quit. Hello. It's Bill.
It's me.
Yeah.
Check and see if it's plugged. Check and see if it's plugged in all the way.
Well, let me unplug it and replug it in.
All right.
That'll work too.
Okay. All right.
Test.
Testing. How's that?
No, I'm still hearing myself.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, Ted Davies says it's not me.
I think it is. It's his watch.
Yeah, it's Bill's. It's Ted's watch.
It's that smartwatch, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Checking. Yeah, it's coming through Bill's phone somehow.
The only mic I have is on these earbuds. I can switch to my external mic to see if that'll make any difference.
That would probably be the one on the earbuds. I had that happen once.
Yeah.
Carl says he wanted a shot of whiskey, but the shot glass is dirty. Is it bad to slurp it straight from the bottle?
Not as long as you don't intend to drive.
Yeah.
Ted, it depends on what my wife wants to do. Right now, she's not comfortable going anywhere. We're both vaccinated and everything, but she's just not comfortable around people right now. She has agoraphobia, so it's difficult for her to leave the house.
Well, I'll tell you, when I went into where was it? Home Depot the other day. Walked in wearing my mask, and I looked over at the service desk, and nobody had their mask on. And I thought, what? I thought I was on a different world.
Right now, we seem to be in a Pink Floyd album.
Yep.
Well, and two, now if you walk in, I walked into Myers grocery store wearing my mask, where most people were not. The way they used to look at you when you didn't wear your mask, now they're looking at you because you are wearing your mask, because they're naturally assuming that you're not vaccinated, because they say that only the vaccinated people still need to wear the mask on most of the, like when you go into Walmart or somewhere, you see their sign that says that. So now that mask you're wearing is like the scarlet letter, on your chest. And everybody's like, well, he has a mask on. Why doesn't he get vaccinated? Is he an anti-vaxxer, or what's wrong with him? And I've gotten a lot of those looks lately, just because I still want to wear the mask,
Yeah, I've run into that too. Went to the grocery store and had the mask on, and none of the employees, and only about a third of the customers. And I'm going, well, my mother is still 80-something years old. I don't want to take it back to her.
Right.
Of course, when they look at me, I go, how you doing?
Now, that sounds like a Black Sabbath album there. Master of Reality, in fact.
Joe, are you still getting that echo?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to turn my camera off for a while and grab that other mic and hook that up through it, see if that'll make any difference.
Okay.
All right. We'll be here when you get back.
All right. And I'm going to have to mute him down because it's still echoing. But hey, good move, John. You did that just in time.
I thought that might be a bathroom.
Yeah.
I like the positioning of your camera there. You're right in the center of the
I know.
flashboard lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Couldn't have planned that better if I'd wanted to.
Yeah,
So,
really.
Would you have to do a reboot to get everything to come back?
Yeah. It downloaded a new control panel for NVIDIA. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
What?
Oh.
I've got an NVIDIA.
Well, then you'll probably get a graphics update sometime today. Of course, the nice thing about them is you can tell it later. I just didn't. I figured it'd be, because it was such a small one, I figured it'd only take a few minutes, 40 minutes later.
Yeah. I did a half a dozen backups 2 days ago. And then as soon as I got back on the next day, it's a half a dozen more.
Thank you, Ted. I found a few for green screen backgrounds that just really look good. The Flash Gordon one is really good.
Mm-hmm.
See, what was the other one that I really like? Oh, that one I really like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. That one I really like.
Yeah.
And let's see. Ruby Falls.
Oh, yeah, that's beautiful.
Well, shoot, I can't find it. I guess mine got bumped off.
What was it?
Where I can beam in and out of the show.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen those in a while, actually. We may have to reload them.
Yeah.
You could have more than 10 now. I'm looking at 16 of them right now. So.
All right. Well, we're doing good.
I'm seeing 17, 18, 19.
Oh, I don't have that many loaded, but maybe we need to try an experiment.
See,
no, I take it back. 18 because there's the none.
Oh, yeah, and you've got the.
This is another one of my favorites.
the two that StreamYard won't let you delete to make room for others.
Oh, the two standard ones. Is Bill ready to come back up yet? Let's see. Hi, Bill.
Is this any better now?
That sounds a lot better.
No echo at all. No echo at all.
And,
Bill.
and good mic sound. Yes, you need to stick with that mic. I'll tell you.
Okay, I'll do it. I gotta get used to where to put all this.
It takes some positioning, believe me. I'm still trying to find a good place for my camera so that you can see my face, but you can also see the green screen.
Well, I'm thinking about getting a boom for my mic, so that might be the next eBay purchase.
Mm-hmm.
eBay or something from the Jungle site.
Yeah.
Jungle site?
They who shall not be named.
Oh, that one. Okay. Now I get it. A penny dropped.
Let me rephrase the Jungle River site.
Yeah.
Went over my head.
It's just one of those things. Overstock.com might have something. Crutchfield definitely will have something if you've got loads and loads of money.
And Carly, this is a shirt that I'm selling. I'm actually going to probably be wearing one of these at Halicon. I love that shirt. I may even send one to the Big Kahuna.
You probably ought to.
Of course, that'd probably get him in trouble with his wife.
He's always in trouble with his wife. That's what wives are for.
No, I have other uses for you, darling.
Carly says she might have to get that one. And Ted, we said we can't mention that, and there you go. You post it up. No, we're not bringing it up on screen.
No.
We don't brag about the Jungle River site. Not tonight. They're in trouble with me.
There's a real drawback to that. There's a Humphrey Bogart movie that we can't talk about because of that.
No, that's not on that river. That's on the Nile.
No, the name of the boat.
The African Queen?
My God, did I misremember that? I guess I did.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bogart and Katharine Hepburn?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And a boat?
Wow. Yeah. I remember the movie vividly, but evidently the name just kind of went whoop.
You weren't thinking Titanic, were you? Strangely enough, but both boats do sink in the end.
Well, can I not be cool?
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Can I not be cool? Well, it's really hard, but I'll try and gear it down.
Now I remember, maybe you will, John. Maybe not. They actually had the African Queen
that they took around on a trailer with Bigfoot in ice, and they used to park him outside the Northgate shopping mall, and you go out to see the African Queen and Bigfoot on ice. And
hey, it starts with an A, Ted. I mean, I'm 63. Give me some slack here. Next time you're baling hay, let me know. I can still remember that stuff.
I did that, bucking bales and walking beans and detasseling corn.
Mm-hmm.
I threw hay bales one day.
Yeah. And they threw him back.
Yeah.
No.
Finally, they got to the point to where they put me up on the truck to catch.
Oh. And how did that turn out?
I
fell
believe that's
off of
referred to as a target.
Yeah.
You fell off the truck.
See, where I worked at Wright's Red Barn Stables, I never wanted to be at the top because that was the most hot, humid place up there. When you were down at the bottom, bucking the bales of hay or straw or whatever, throwing them up on the conveyor belt, at least you had a little bit of air there.
The glamour job for picking up hay is driving the truck.
Oh yeah.
As long as you can work a clutch and drive a 3 on a tree, you're doing okay.
Oh yeah.
Ted, I don't know what you're talking about here. I'm just being myself. Oh heavens! I'm afraid I really can't turn that knob down a little bit. You know, it's just not accessible for me. It's just natural for that to be on. And I can't help it if it's been maxed out to 11 since I was about 17. Now, I'm waiting for it to wear off. I'm 63. It should have been dead and gone by now, but apparently the face fur has something to do with it.
Now, checking some stuff here real quick. Just ignore me. I'm working on.
Hey, Willow. Oh, Carly. Yeah, well, no, he's not. He's not.
Okay.
Oh, and we. Oh my goodness! I have another fan.
Who's a fan?
Just let it slide, Joe. Just let it slide.
Oh, okay.
It's. We don't.
I got a fan.
Welcome.
I got a fan too, Dan. It's on high right now.
Yeah, I haven't. Well, I started to say I haven't turned mine on yet, but apparently. Oh, the green room's going to be fun tomorrow night. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah. Hope to get in it before all the fun stuff happens. I keep hearing about. Oh man, if you didn't know what was going on earlier, and I never go back to watch the repeat, or maybe you can't. I don't know.
No. The green room is not recorded, so
Yeah.
there are no repeats. If you're not there live, you missed out.
I think Carl should have the best of the green room. I think he ought to record everyone and then kind of do a best of.
Do you know how much blackmail information would be?
It could be like sweeps week on TV, you know.
Oh, no.
It'd be more like Leavenworth. We'd all get locked up.
Carl wouldn't do that.
Oh,
Donna might.
Donna would in a heartbeat. Don't tell me any other.
She's recording Carl right now. He just doesn't know it.
Oh, heavenly day.
So, Dan, I seen that you saw my pictures of. I finally got my monkeys autographs and.
Oh yes, in the car with was it Nesmith's autograph?
Yeah, Nez's and Peter Tork's on the monkey mobile.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I did see that. Yes,
my bestie Laura got me the Peter Tork one for my birthday, either last year or the year before, and then of course, the one I got from Nez is just recently, but I'll tell you the other one, the frame for the double album. That I put the wings over America. I've always loved that interior artwork, and I wished, the album came with a 2-sided poster, if you remember, but I always wished that they would have had that as a poster. And, of course, never did see anybody put one out. MPL, with, McCartney's production company didn't put one out. So Hobby Lobby has those frames. And one thing Hobby Lobby has, 50% off frames, and they run the sale every other week permanently. So when I called last week to inquire about them, I asked, "Do you got them on sale right now?" And she said, "No, but next week we will." But when I put that thing up, you figure the weight of a double album, which I do have the albums and the original poster inside, the weight of the frame, the wood frame, and the glass too, that thing was heavy. And I had to put in one of those wall anchors that you put in the drywall. It was like 100-pound one that pops out the back side just to hold it up there. And I got it above my bed over here. That thing ever falls off the wall, it's probably going to kill me. But I love it. It looks really good, though.
It does look good. It does look good. I think I saw the photograph just today, and it's very impressive the way that you got it done.
Well, all the record album frames on the other ones were the front-loading ones, and you can get those about everywhere. But Hobby Lobby is kind of unique on some of the other ones like that. They actually even have a frame for a CD to where you could display the actual CD on one side, which I don't know anybody would do that. They're not really important, but you can display the interior art or whatever, the front of the CD cover on the other one. And I almost got that one for the Michael Nesmith one, but since I had the Peter Tork autograph on the Monkey Mobile, I thought I need to kind of keep them together and that. And now my goal is to see if Mickey Dolenz signs anything.
Oh, you better hurry. They're not getting any younger.
I know, but Dolenz has a new album out, him singing Nesmith songs.
I saw that. That looks really fascinating. I'd like to hear it. I'd like to hear his take on some of Nez's stuff that he did, away from the group. Because he has done a lot of stuff away from the group too.
Oh yeah, yeah. He does a very good version of different drum. I've heard some of the samplings on if you go on Video Ranch, which is Michael Nesmith's company, you can hear samples of all the songs on there, Dan.
That sounds great. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah. So, didn't mean to bore y'all about monkey stuff.
No. It's not boring at all.
We're just glad you got that monkey off your back.
Well, it might be a monkey on my head if the shadow box ever falls too. It's quite near the head of my bed as well. So.
Oh.
That'd definitely be a rude awakening. One would hope.
Might be my last awakening. Awakening.
No, you'd wake up going, "Oh, what is that? Oh, the pain."
It's where the awakening leads to a wake.
Yeah. We're glad you like that album. Here's your wings.
Yeah.
Ted Davey said Mickey's the nicest monkey. Met him. He is great. Yeah, everybody likes Mickey's monkey.
I ain't saying nothing.
I could, but it would probably get us a copyright strike just from the name of the song.
Yeah, Dan got it. It took John to say. I mean, Dan went straight.
I got it when you said it. I was just.
Hey! I'm always another mother further.
Yeah. Bill, do you remember the band Mother's Finest?
Not by name.
Really?
That's the name. Yeah.
You have a pleasure ahead of you. Just
Look, YouTube, Mother's Finest.
YouTube Mother's Finest, and you will be dancing in your chair if you don't just jump up and start cutting the rug across the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
They will make your feet move even if you don't want them to.
They're a Southern rock band out of Atlanta, and that's all I'm going to tell you about them.
Okay.
They used to not
well, they're
really.
still around. They're still around.
Yeah, they still exist. I don't know if they're touring
really
anymore. But
it's not the same lineup. But yes, they do still put out albums and everything.
Kind of like
they
Leonard
used
Skinner.
to come to one of the local nightclubs in Athens, just within walking distance of the University of Georgia campus. So all the students would go there, and it was just, well, I say all the students. It was also all the factory workers and all the little old ladies and all the little old gentlemen. And I mean, this was if you can imagine the sort of universal appeal for this sort of get you up and dancing around the room sort of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, they
used
if they
to
ever
open
came to a VFW,
Yeah.
you'd be able to track the number of ambulances from elderly people having heart attacks on the dance floor because they just couldn't stop moving.
They used to open for Skinner.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Carl's asking who we're talking about. We're talking about a band called Mother's Finest.
I can hear about 4 of their songs played in my head at the same time now.
Yep.
And I don't mean sequentially, I mean at the same time, which is kind of a muddle, but
also Bill, I have come up with a name. I don't know how to pronounce it yet, but for a sci-fi story, I have the perfect name for somebody.
Okay.
I asked Redeem it.
Would you drop your microphone on the keyboard again?
No, actually, that was the one of the StreamYard links that we had a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
That was the URL to get into the StreamYard.
It's also something you might shout if you stub your toe in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Very loudly.
Yeah. And of course, Carl Witzman says Mike's mom invented whiteout. Yep.
Yeah. Actually, liquid paper to be specific.
Yep.
Yeah. Liquid paper was the brand name, right?
And yeah. And did you know that Michael Nesmith was in the Air Force for a brief period of time until he tipped over it was either a colonel's or a general's jet. And if you go on YouTube, since you're talking about that, and get on the monkeys screen tests before the show started and watch the one that Michael Nesmith is on, they actually ask him about that, and he just kind of repeats it, but then he doesn't go in to tell the story. It's like he's basically messing with Bob Rafelson, who you hear, but you don't see, when they're interviewing him. And but it is an actual true story. I've read it in a biography.
MILFs, all MILFs. Okay, Carl. Oh boy.
Well, you were talking about the Southern rock, which of course I love. My introduction was Allman Brothers' Fillmore East album.
There you go.
Yeah,
absolutely classic.
Yeah.
One of the ones that I could listen to on a 10-hour trip over and over.
My favorite Allman Brothers is Eat a Peach. Side
That's
2.
another good one.
Yeah.
That's another
Side
good
2.
one.
Well, yeah, don't discredit Brothers and Sisters. There's actually a lot of good album tracks on that. And
Well, they've got a huge discography of really good tracks.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, the Eat a Peach, I had Eat a Peach on 8-track. So halfway through, what was it called?
Mountain Jam.
Mountain Jam. Yeah.
Mhm.
Halfway throughout Mountain Jam for years, I thought Kathunk was part of the album.
One of the drummers fell over. Now, don't dismiss Marshall Tucker either.
No,
That's
no.
that was one of the precursors that led me to discover Jethro Tull. Actually, the flute part in Marshall Tucker.
Yeah.
Their flute player is just amazing, and I searched out other bands that had flute players doing rock music. I mean, yeah, Moody Blues was already there in my background, so Jethro Tull just kind of leapt out at me, and I'm going, "Oh my God, I got more of this."
Heavy metal flute.
And,
Yeah.
okay, when you say Jethro Tull, everybody thinks that's the lead singer's name. No. What is Jethro Tull?
That is the name of the man who invented a grain drill to plant corn and wheat and other stuff.
Yep.
And it was way back when.
Yes. That's something not everybody knows.
Oh,
Well,
by the way, which
I
one's
was a
pink?
farmer, so I learned which one's pink.
Yeah.
And for you younger kids out there, Ian Anderson was the lead in that.
Yeah. I don't know if any of y'all have AMC, the channel that The Walking Dead comes on.
Oh, not the Pacer. Okay.
Yeah. Norman Reedus got an extra show when they were about to kill Daryl off because they knew people were going to lose their mind, but they've decided to keep him in, called Ride, where he gets on, meets with stars and rides around the country with them. And they got these two-way headsets inside the helmets so they can talk back and forth and record the conversations as they're going down the road with their helmets. Well, they met up with somebody in England, and they were going to meet with, since they were in England, they didn't have motorcycles. So they called up Andrew Lincoln, who played Rick Grimes.
Right.
Rick Grimes says, "Let me talk to my father-in-law. He's got a lot of old Triumphs we can ride."
Oh, God, those are wonderful bikes.
They pull up. They give him the address and all that. And he pulls up to this estate. And they're going, "Good grief, who lives here?" So, they go up, knock on the door. Ian Anderson answers the door.
Oh, man.
It's Ian Anderson's Triumph collection.
Oh, my God. He used a couple of those in some of the videos, too.
Yeah. Now, here's the funny thing. Ian says we can't take them off the property because they're not licensed. And they go, "Okay, whatever." He says, "Follow me." They take these gorgeous Triumphs down muddy trails. And Norman goes, "I don't want to get it nasty muddy." He says, "That's what I pay a guy to do."
Clean it up.
Yeah.
Just breaking it in is all they're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But yeah, that's so. Long story short, Andrew Lincoln, Rick Grimes, is married to Ian Anderson's daughter.
Oh. The lucky gentleman, for want of a better word. Oh, heavens. Ted, what do you do?
Hey, a Triumph don't leak as bad as a Harley. Did I say that
Yeah.
out loud?
I think I'd rather.
A mid-70s Harley. They did actually solve that problem in the 90s.
Yeah, they started putting gaskets in.
Ones that fit.
No, they started using Permatex.
Oh.
I get people really aggravated at me if I tell them, I say, oh, I'd rather ride an Indian than a Harley. And you'd think that I was just blaspheming the Harley people.
Harley missed out on when you remember what is it, AMF?
Yeah.
AMF bought Harley, or Harley bought AMF.
Mm-hmm.
There was a merger, and AMF made all this really cool stuff that they thought that Harley would be a good fit or whatever. And for some reason, they never made Harley Davidson golf carts, which I thought just would have been, brilliant to have a Harley Davidson golf cart.
Well, you need a golf cart to crank and run every time you step on the gas pedal.
Well, here's what's funny. Most golf carts are electric. Okay. And now Harley Davidson is building an electric motorcycle.
Mm-hmm. I saw some video of, I don't know whose it was. I don't remember what company it was, but there was an absolutely amazing electric bike. I mean, aside from the fact that it didn't make any noise other than as it went by, it was just absolutely astounding. But it was one of those things that it would as long as battery lasts, it would keep up or surpass any gas burner on the road.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They say the only thing you hear is the chain.
That's why I like shaft drive. You don't hear no chain. You just hear the wind blowing through your ears if you got the vents on your full face helmet open the right way.
Somebody is taking the super bikes and converting them, and where the engine is, where they put the batteries and all that for the electric motors, but they build them with a charger built into it. So all you have to do is take an extension cord, lift the flap up, plug the extension cord in.
My mom's neighbor has a Harley Davidson that has a built-in battery charger. It's a regular gas-powered Harley Davidson, but it has a built-in battery charger, and it's just got this little cord you plug into it to plug it into the wall and keep the battery topped off.
They call it a battery tender. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish my wife's Buick had that. It's got one of those crappy alternators with there's a problem with the circuit boards in the alternator, the part that is
regulator.
It would have been a voltage regulator if back in the day when those were two separate pieces of equipment. But that era of Buicks had as standard equipment these just ineffective
it was undersized for the electronics that was involved, the power windows and the radio, air conditioner, and
as I understand it,
back in a moment,
there are like 3 diodes built into this thing, and one of them is so cheap that it stays open all the time. And when you park the car and take the key out, the battery feeds back through the voltage regulator
and
into
drains
the rest of the car, drains the battery within
Every-
2 days. If you don't
Yeah.
drive the car every day, you can't depend on it to start when you put the key in. You have to drive it every day.
Yeah, you have
If
to
you-
change. You have to change the alternator to something non-Buick.
Yep, exactly. Which I have been looking into because it's a really wonderful car, except for that one little defect.
So what'd you do? Hit the wrong button, or did you have to reboot again?
Hit the wrong button.
Oh.
Uh.
And Carly says that sounds like my old van.
Had to put a charger on it every time you wanted to start it.
Yeah.
The National Guard, I was in an engineering unit, and they have a lot of construction equipment, bulldozers, road graders, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
The problem is this stuff sits around all month. And, we only get the one weekend to really go out and do maintenance on it. And habitually, the batteries were dying.
Mm-hmm.
So, somewhere down the line, they put a small solar panel up on top of the cabs. Ran the wire down the battery system. And all it did was provide just enough trickle energy in daylight to keep your batteries from dying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that. I've got a small solar panel that I bought years ago for just that purpose. It was made to provide a trickle charge to keep a battery going for something that was parked long term.
Yeah. Well, the other problem, they worked okay, except in the summer, because the military used older style batteries, the ones you have to add water to all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it sits around for a month in summer heat. By the time you get back, the battery's dried out.
Oh yeah. You can't run one of those old style batteries without water. No. There was always one of the old fashioned quick cures for something like that. You go ahead and top it off with water, and drop an aspirin into each cell, and it would clean up the corrosion on some of the plates inside, as well as acidify the plain water that you put in there.
Nice.
So it worked, but don't ask me to explain the physics because I didn't understand it. It's like magic,
I've always heard if you can get the hood open, pull it off, and drop a few on somebody else's car, get the hood open, drop a few tablets of Alka-Seltzer down the battery for them.
Now, I've never heard that one. Alka-Seltzer. Well, Alka-Seltzer is a little big to go in a battery.
Well, you break it up and crumble it.
Yeah, you'd have to, yeah.
You know what it does?
It cleans the plates.
No.
Oh, here we have a Blake.
We have a Blake.
Acid indigestion.
Yeah. You did for somebody else's car.
Oh, for somebody else's car.
Yeah.
So,
hey, Blake.
Hi, Blake.
How you doing? Long time
that
no
intro
see.
does not sound like something you would do to help somebody else.
No.
It'd be like putting sugar in the gas tank.
Mm-hmm.
Sugar in the gas tank does nothing.
Only if there's more sugar than gas.
Yeah.
Nitro in the gas tank. Thank you, Ted. We don't need any extra ideas.
I'm gonna tell you, avgas and a Honda engine does wonders for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like makes you buy a new Honda?
Yeah.
Makes you wonder why you did it in the first place.
Avgas is like 112 to 115 octane.
Holy crap! Mine's not even supposed. Mine's barely supposed to take 89. I'm one of those flex fuel cars.
And Carl saying, "Hey, Blake." Oh. The thing is, the flex fuel. I've been watching some YouTubes the drag racers now are pulling 1,500 horsepower out of engines running E85.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dan, you heard me right. 1,500 horses out of E85, and can barely get 1,000 on pump gas, 93 pump gas.
That
Oh yeah,
that
it's pretty
ain't
crazy.
that ain't right. That ain't right at
Mhm.
all.
And good night, Ted. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you for
Good night,
dropping
Ted.
in. We're just sort of hanging out. We're probably going to, right before during the closeout, we're going to drop down quite a few channels and have a last man standing.
Oh, do I need to get ready for that? Yes, I do.
Well, yeah, I'll handle it all, Dan. But you can close it out. But I think I'm gonna cut a trail early.
All right, you're going to set that up?
Yeah, I'll take care of everything. Carl says he's crashing bad. Also, see you guys later. Some of you on the Drinking with the Davies show at what time? That's 6 o'clock tomorrow night.
Yes, indeed.
And
Please
then
never miss it. That is one of the best shows around.
and Carly is telling Ted good night. Well, actually, said we'll see you tomorrow.
I don't have the buttons anymore.
Oh.
I was gonna hit the good night everybody buttons.
Oh, you're welcome, Ted. You're welcome.
Just as long as you don't hit the end the show button.
You have to hit it twice. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and please let me do something self-service here. Next Tuesday morning is an interview that Ted did with me on TED Talks, and I don't know what I did, but he wants me to come back for a part 2. So
Okay.
as boring as I am, he had a good time. So
Well, he needed you to explain yourself, so you're
Yeah.
probably in trouble.
oh,
Yeah.
there's no explanation for me. There are only excuses.
Of course, the reason Dan was on the TED Talks is because he's the author of Abducted, a Tom Darby adventure. The Amazon. I said that word, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
I broke the rule. I did it. I did it. On the Audible page is
All right. Welcome to Last Man Standing, everybody.
Oh,
Is-
no.
I'll change it, Dan. I'll change it when it's time. We still got 35 minutes.
I was looking for the other book cover.
Oh, okay. The other book cover? Okay. You got the
Yeah.
other book cover? Okay.
I've got the other book cover.
Well, let's get the other book cover in there.
The other
It is-
book cover?
Yeah. Tales of Inebrium.
There you go.
And is that available on the River Jungle site? Or the
Yes,
Jungle
it
River
is.
site? Yes.
And it's also available on Dark Oak Press and what's the other e-reader thing?
Kindle.
No, the competition for that.
But there's competition.
Yeah,
For Kindle?
Nook.
No.
Oh, no.
okay.
Yeah.
A small corner where you sit.
Yep, I hate the fact that it changes the backgrounds and everything when you go from one source to the other, but and Walt Allen is a wonderful narrator. He nails the lead character in the book just absolutely perfectly.
It was a good one.
If I ever get to finish the prequel, and they want to go ahead and do audiobooks of some of the stories that's in it because it's a collection of short stories, then I'm going to ask for Walt to do it again because he's just got it. He's just got it down.
Yeah, it was a really nice listen.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
All right, I got
Da-da-da-da-da.
a Halicon text. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we just kind of freeform for a
Yeah.
minute or two. Blake, what you been up to?
Working a lot, hanging out with the girlfriend, starting a tiny art project, but it's unnamed right now. But it's going to be interesting. It's art, not too much bigger than this, so it's going to be pretty interesting. It's going to be things that you think you really know what they are, but don't until they're explained to you, and then you do duh moment. So it should be pretty interesting. Other than that, not a whole lot. Waiting for conventions to come back so theimpossiblelist.com can be a thing again.
There you go.
But other than that, not a whole lot, honestly.
Things are gradually coming back, though. Things are gradually coming back.
Yeah, I heard there's going to be this convention called HalloCon, Halloween weekend, and there's going to be food and fun and panels and events, and it's going to be partially live and partially online and everything in between, and there's going to be all sorts of shenanigans, and it's going to be great from what I hear.
Never heard of it.
I know. I heard about it. This coming from the guy who pretty much ran the entire show from open to close with Joe. This past time.
And you were actually there. You actually handed me my phone as I swiped a credit card laying in the floor.
Because he couldn't get back up. So, yeah.
Be right back.
All right.
So it should be a good time.
And I don't know if y'all pulled this up. Von Gant says, thanks for the fun evening. We'll see you all soon.
I'm going to enjoy some pizza.
Oh. But yeah, Halicon is great fun. And I do believe you've already pre-regged, Blake.
Not yet. I got to pay my 40 or whatever.
35.
Okay.
It's online. Do it online.
Yeah, it's easier that way.
Yeah. We even rolled back to 2015 prices.
I know. That's pretty crazy. Like Back to the Future, but, smaller budget.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Right. Oh, and hotel rooms? Where else can you do a convention for a couple for $250, including your hotel room and food for the weekend?
Nobody came.
Oh.
I'm going to step out for just a moment, finish some pizza, and I'll be right back.
All right. So, Bill, I've been loving your artwork that you've been posting up.
I have?
I
have, yes.
Yeah. Some of the classic cartoon characters.
Yeah, a lot. Well, with the exception of the one I did yesterday, all of the ones I've been putting up, if they say blast from your past, it's ones that I've done last year, year before, going back to, well, I found some the other day that I did in 1985. And I have over 450 things that I did, sketches and stuff. And, when new people come in and follow my artwork channel and all that, I don't really expect them to go through and kind of scroll through every picture and see what they like or whatever. And so I thought, well, what the heck? Let's have a best of or whatever and put some of them up. And some of them are new to some people. They've never saw them before, so. Well, and it allows me to be lazy.
Yeah. Well, it's actually, it's very, what am I trying to say?
That I'm a 7-year-old kid? Yes, I am.
They're very accurate, is what I was going to say.
Oh. Well, thank
But,
you.
I mean, very good. I don't know. Have you ever done a Captain Caveman?
A couple of them.
Okay. I love
I have
Captain.
not done any of the Teen Angels, but I have done two. I've done one of him just kind of standing there, and then I thought I got to do one of him jumping up in the air doing the Captain Caveman, you
Yeah.
know, that yell. So yeah,
Yeah,
I've
that-
done two of them, and but
Yeah. Of course, I forget. Weird Harold, is that the one that had the toboggan pulled down over his face with the eye holes?
Dumb Donald.
Dumb Donald. Okay. I
Weird
thought,
Harold was the real tall, skinny one.
okay. I mean, it's only been 40 years since I've seen any of the Fat Alberts, but
Well, if you go on the Everyday is Saturday channel, you can see him about all the time.
yeah.
But-
Bill's
but-
got all the best cartoons.
Yeah. Where was I going with it?
I don't know. I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you did. See, Dan, you do it to me all the time. I have a train of thought, and there you go. You foul me up. Now I'm lost, and here we are. I'm talking to a great artist, and you've made me forget what I'm talking about.
Hey, Joe.
I know how to solve that. Yeah,
Somebody
Dan.
come in?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, John.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
That's not a train. That's an incline.
Do what?
It's a
Most
go
people have a
kart.
train
That's
of
what
thought.
it is.
You
It's
have
a
an
go-kart.
incline. It goes downhill.
And Bill,
Joe,
No,
Joe
that's
thinks
some-
he can.
Joe,
Joe
I'm
thinks
sorry.
he can.
That chair lift.
Bill, if you ever come to Chattanooga, you have to ride the incline at least once. If you can't make the trip back down, I'll pick you up at the top of the mountain and bring you down.
Been to Chattanooga a couple different occasions. The last time was during a Civil War reenactment about 12 years ago.
Oh, okay.
We, went out there. I got in trouble because I crept past the barriers
Yeah.
to get onto the rock. You know the famous picture
Yeah.
of all the people sitting on the edge, and
Yeah.
you can't go within about 50 yards of it now. And I told my friend, I said, I want a picture of me on the rock out there, on the edge. And he says, you're going to fall off or we're going to end up going to jail. And I said, either way, it'll be something different. So,
No, there's the
Yeah.
incline. Yeah. No, the reason it's blocked off is because stupid people got so close, taking pictures, not watching where they are, and just step right off backwards.
yep,
Yeah.
I see
Watch
it.
watch that first step. It's a doozy.
Well, I got about 10 feet away from the edge and my legs, I froze and my legs went like jello. I sat down and I scooted to about 3 feet away and I couldn't go any further. There was no way I was going to even try because I kept thinking, yeah, something's going to give way and then I'm going to go bye-bye. But, my friend kept saying, I took the picture, get back, hurry, come on, get back. And there was no getting back quick. I mean, I just about crawled the way back for about 10, 15 feet before I had enough strength and courage to stand upright again. And now it's really spooky. It really is.
Yeah. Is this the rock you're talking about?
Absolutely. Yep.
Now, if you look off into not in that picture, inside the Tennessee Aquarium, they have a picture of the Great Flood of Chattanooga. And I know exactly where my hill is in relation to where that picture was taken.
Mm-hmm.
When Chattanooga was underwater, John, bring that back up a minute.
I just X'd out of it. Hang on a second.
But yeah, Chattanooga was underwater, literally underwater. Once he brings it back up, I'll show you.
Darn it. It tried to send me to TripAdvisor to tell me how to get to Point Park.
Now John's train derailed.
And all of a sudden, Casey Jones by the Grateful Dead is going through my head. Don't you just love earworms?
That's one of the reasons why I like Where the Buffalo Roam with Bill Murray, because of all the great soundtrack that has.
Yeah, there are several movies that would be unwatchable without the great soundtrack that they've got.
Yeah.
Not that one would be unwatchable, but I'm just saying there are other movies that are not quite in that class that people would not have noticed without the soundtrack.
I'm trying to find a bigger one, Joe. Hang on a second. Ooh, there's a good one. There we go.
Another one for the green.
I'm trying to find the actual flood.
The way you're talking about that, Joe, it reminds me of the flood of Leavenworth, Indiana, where they were right down on the Mississippi and they went totally under.
Isn't that your hill right there, Joe?
Where? No. If you look up and see the lake, right corner, come back just this side of it, and you can see that's the C.B. Robinson Bridge, the white line.
Okay, yeah.
And then you just went past it. Back a little more, right there. Okay. Hold your cursor right there, because I'm going to
somewhere about that white spot there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now I've got to bring mine up.
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
Yes. All right. Now, this was taken on the same rock. That's the Great Flood of Chattanooga. Downtown is completely underwater.
I see your house made it, Joe.
Yeah, this area here is downtown Chattanooga. And off over this way is my hill poking up out of the water. See, I can't see if it's showing up or not, but that's where my hill.
What year is that, Joe?
1867.
Yeah,
1867, right at the end of the Civil War.
Okay.
Yeah,
They talk about this at the Tennessee State Museum a little bit.
Yeah.
Which, if you're in the Middle Tennessee area, it's free to go.
Yeah. Well, the Knoxville telegraphed down to Chattanooga. It didn't even rain in Chattanooga. All that water came from Knoxville. And Knoxville told telegraphed down to Chattanooga, get to high ground, there's a flood coming. They says, what kind of flood? Your hills aren't big enough. Within 24 hours, that was in Chattanooga.
It took out the old Chattanooga Military Bridge.
Yep.
And they eventually went in and raised the surface of the city by about 10 feet.
Yeah.
The whole downtown plateau area.
Did they do it the same way they did in Seattle?
Probably. Because they're still in underground Chattanooga.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
They did that with mules, wagons, and wheelbarrows.
Sounds like an enormous undertaking.
from the river to about 8th Street. It was called the Crutchfield House at the time, but the Reed House, you know where the Reed House is, Dan?
Yeah.
Riverboats were coming up Broad Street and passengers were loading from the 2nd floor.
That's some deep water there.
Yeah.
Now, I'm remembering something from a book I read as a child about a flood. I do believe was in Pennsylvania. Was that Johnsonville? It's extremely famous in its day.
Johnstown.
Johnstown. That's the one. Thank you.
Is
Thank
that
you.
the one where the dam broke?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And it wiped out just about everything downstream for miles and miles and miles.
Let's see. It says 14 miles. Number of deaths. Let's see. Nearly 2,200. Yeah, that's. I'm looking
That's
at
what happened. That's what happened in Leavenworth, Indiana. They were right there on the Mississippi, and I don't know if it was levees that broke or whatever it was, but it just totally submerged everything, and they just moved everything to high ground. And to this day, when you drive down that way, you can still drive down to the old Leavenworth, and the only existing original buildings that are still standing down there are brick ones.
Oh,
Everything else is gone.
Yep. Yeah, that just goes to show how powerful the writer was of that book that I read. That I still remember to this day some of the details, but not all of them. And I was only about 7 when I read it, so it stuck with me. But there's some awesome imagery in there of the floodwaters and the people's houses getting washed away, and some of the debris building up against the bridges across the roads that everybody would have been using to escape, except boom, there went the bridges.
Mm-hmm.
Nature is one of those awesome, powerful things that you do not want to cross, because when she gets mad, she pitches a fit.
Oh, yeah. Trying to find some. I'm sending somebody a link to something real quick. Just give me a second, guys. Come on, Facebook. There you go. Carly, if you would, check your Facebook Messenger. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Oh, he found a bigger one.
Yep. So, Blake, what have you been up to?
Same old, working, hanging out with the girlfriend, working on a small art project that I can do either at conventions or to sell at conventions kind of deal.
Okay.
But it's untitled right now.
Yeah. John has a table. I don't know if you've talked to him lately.
Yeah.
Greg and Crystal are pre-rigged.
Good deal.
Along with Thorn.
Good deal.
So, we just got to get yours in there.
No. I'm actually get paid in like 5 hours, so that can be a thing. So.
All right. So who is this girlfriend I'm hearing about? We don't.
Not gonna
okay.
Chatty on air.
Oh,
She's a really nice woman who takes good care of me, and I take care of her. And we actually, strangely, only live like a mile away from each other. But she's. I'm going to try to get her to come down for HalloCon We gotta see what her schooling is like. She's finally gone back to get a bachelor's and now a master's. So
Oh, okay. So she's pulling a Heather,
yeah, pretty much.
or a more what is it? A more in depth Heather.
Yeah, pretty much.
Stephanie.
Yeah. But yeah, if she doesn't have her like finals that week, she'll probably come down with me and we'll all hang out and have food and have a good time.
Oh, cool.
Oh, definitely. Now I wish I was going to be able to make it. Oh,
Why can't you make it, Dan L. Hollyfield, author?
because my wife doesn't want to travel. We have
Okay.
She's agoraphobic. She doesn't want to leave the house. And we have a 13-year-old dog who is in not the best of health. And she is constantly worried that I'm going to have to pull shovel duty any day now.
Gotcha.
We can't board him. We can't leave him anywhere.
Makes sense.
It's hard enough to go grocery shopping on a weekend, much less leave him someplace with strangers for
Gotcha.
4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
So
That'd be too traumatic for him, I would imagine.
yeah, I mean, he was used to it as a puppy, but he's no longer a puppy. He's a grand old man, and he's really. I don't know how much longer he's going to last, but I keep hoping that he'll keep on going and keep on going. But
You're very welcome, Charlie.
Only time will tell.
True.
Just got to make them comfortable while they're still around.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
We gotta behave. We gotta behave. Somebody's.
Oh.
Somebody. Hold on a minute. Let me grab it real quick. Oh, the Rising Tide program schedule. Sundays is Comics, Chaos, and Sass. Mondays, never mind the Furthermore. Tuesdays, Clever Title Pending at 8 p.m. TED Talks at 10 a.m., which Dan Hollifield will be a guest on this week. Wednesday, 10 a.m. is Never Mind the Furthermore. Another TED Talks Thursday at 10 a.m. Comic Book Spectrum at 7 p.m. Creative as Hell, and then us at 9 p.m. Of course, Friday. Another Never Mind the Furthermore. And at 6 p.m., Drinking with the Davies. And Michaela's Tidbits and Scribbles. And since I can't throw it to Nick Soggard, the Historic Fencing Guild at 8 p.m. And then at 11 p.m. is Stupid O'Clock on YouTube. Of course, a wild card in Stupid O'Clock this coming Saturday will be a combined show at 12:15 of Armchair Rocket Science and Stupid O'Clock.
All right.
We're actually going to have a launch during the show, so we'll just jump over to that.
Hey, Joe.
Stupid rockets.
Don't forget to thank Elon for hooking us up.
Yeah.
Good old. So
will he be here?
We're working on it.
Yeah.
Hey,
he's never
don't
responded to
if
the
he'll do
invitation.
Saturday Night Live, he'll do this show.
I'll text him later. So
Okay.
Up. What's that?
Problem is, you did it about 4 minutes too early.
No. Got
We
9
do it in
minutes.
50
That's
seconds.
almost the end of the show.
We do it at
We?
All right, royalty.
Oh, I love these. I get most of my viewers on when I do that.
Yeah.
Which? But,
Scrolling across the bottom.
Oh, you can't ignore it. That's why. It's against the rules.
okay.
It's totally against the rules to ignore it if it says to ignore. Like, don't stick your hand in this thing. It may fall off afterwards. You have to stick your hand in the thing.
It's like a wet paint sign. You have to shoot somebody to keep.
It's like the doors that say pull.
You have to push them.
one of my YouTube rabbit holes is there's a few people that do metal melts. They melt aluminum and copper and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there watching them and I'm going, oh, I would just be so tempted to reach in and grab the thing or pick it up afterward.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh.
Well, you can do it for the briefest of moments.
Yeah.
If you wet your hand down or put it in the freezer, because
Yeah.
Leidenfrost effect will happen.
Yeah.
So you technically could grab molten ore only for the briefest of moments.
No.
The trick is to pretend it doesn't hurt when it burns your hand off.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
then
I'm
we have
not
to get you the robot hand.
Yeah, I'm not wanting to grab the metal. I'm wanting to grab the crucible. And it's like, I just see myself wanting to grab the crucible, and I'm like,
The
no.
crucible's even hotter than the.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, the one thing I like watching them do is pour the molten aluminum down ant nests.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Those are fun.
Those are some fascinating videos. Yeah, it looks like a lightning strike.
And of course, this one guy says, now, we had some rain here recently, but I wait 5 days before I ever, try to pour an anthill after a rain. He says, because it'll explode. He got to pouring it in, and all of a sudden it went boom.
No.
He goes,
Hit some underground water, huh?
He says, well, I guess I didn't wait long enough.
What's all these aluminum ants all over the ground?
Really? I thought we were having it good with the stainless steel rats.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to see that movie series come out, but
What?
Stainless
steel rat.
Well,
yeah,
we need to write it for the Sci-Fi Channel.
Well,
I would love to
Pierce
figure out how to write screenplays.
Pierce Brosnan would have been perfect in that part back in the 70s, but he's too old now.
I think the last movie I've seen that he did was November Man.
I saw Mrs. Doubtfire. I think that's about it.
Oh, I didn't even realize he was in that.
Blake, you've got to watch November Man.
Do I have to watch it in November as a man?
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh, and another good movie is Nobody.
Can I watch him in a B movie?
I guess.
He was in a B movie.
But no, Nobody, it's not Pierce Brosnan, but Nobody is a good movie. It is, let's just say he's a retired ex-CIA. Have you seen it, John?
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
You have to look into it.
The actor that plays him is the same guy that plays Saul in Better Call Saul.
Okay.
Yeah. And then another good movie that I just saw was The Wrath of Man. Where did John go? Wrong button, John.
Maybe not.
The latest thing I saw on stream was Solos on Amazon.
Amazon. Yeah, that was.
I really got to quit doing that.
And that is, it makes you really think about, yourself and others.
Yeah. You jumped out. I said another good movie to watch was The Wrath of Man with what's his name?
There you go with that aphasia shit again.
It's not aphasia. I just totally forgot his name.
Bob Odenkirk is the guy that plays Saul on Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Plays Hutch on Nobody.
Yeah.
His wife is played by Connie Nielsen.
Mm.
And then Christopher Lloyd's in it too.
Oh yeah, Christopher. I love Christopher Lloyd.
Michael Ironside is in it.
Yeah.
You can't have a CIA movie without Michael Ironside. I'm sorry.
It would be rather difficult. It would be unbelievable otherwise.
Yeah, Jason Statham. That's who's in Wrath of Man.
Oh yeah, the one where
About the armored cars?
the armored cars. They've got some sort of conspiracy going where they're allowing the armored cars to get robbed
Yeah.
and for a cut of the profits, basically.
Hmm.
And his son signed up with the armored car company and got killed. So he goes in because his son wouldn't play ball and they killed him for it. So he goes in and takes his Jason Statham attitude into the armored car heist.
Yeah, well, you've got that. That's the way they've billed it, but that's not what happens. But it's Jason Statham.
No,
His son does get killed, and I'm gonna tell you, there's a plot twist that you don't see coming.
you see, there's wife or son. That's usually how Statham movies are.
Yeah, it's his son, but there is a plot twist.
Like M. Night Shyamalan, kinda.
No, not a bombshell plot twist, but there's a plot twist that develops. It's a slow twist, which makes it even better. Mac.
I'm just wondering.
I like baseball too. Okay. And you got this. Good vibes. Well, thank you. Now, please don't make me have to do something to your comments.
Getting more and more interesting.
Yeah.
Now, I saw a meme earlier today that kind of threw me for a loop for a second, but it was on the Death Star just after Alderaan went boom, and people are going, Grand Moff Tarkin, would you like to aboard your escape craft? And he goes, no, why? And guy looks back and says, John Wick's dog was on Alderaan. Next thing is,
Well, I like the one where John Wick's holding his dog and it fades away. It's, fading to dust. And Thanos goes, oh, shit.
yeah, that would be a good one.
I created one with some toy stormtroopers and that. This has been a few years ago. I'll occasionally post it on Uncle Carl's Secret Humor page. Shows stormtroopers kind of goofing off.
Did it again.
You did it. And they're throwing a cherry bomb into the toilet. And then, of course, the next thing you see is the Death Star exploding.
Welcome back, John.
John, are we going to have to send you some tape to put over the red button?
The problem is I keep trying to move one of my windows in front of the StreamYard feed so that I won't do that. And I keep missing.
Oh, so you're not hitting leave studio, you're just closing the tab.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we are going to wrap this up, but we're going to stay where we are because this will actually go to the excuse me. We're going to roll this into Dan's Aphelion, and Dan's Facebook page. And we will wrap up Stupid O'Clock and send it on to Dan's page. If you're watching on Dan's page, which I advise, or the Aphelion webzine, we'll stay here. Otherwise, we're going to drop out. So let's say goodnight, everybody. Yes.
Are you going to close out the your
Yeah, I'm gonna-
YouTube and send
yeah.
it to my YouTube?
Yeah, I'll close it out and send it over to your
Okay.
YouTube.
Okay.
All
I
right.
just wanted to know.
And
All
I
right.
got to leave on that.
Oh,
So I'll
that's going to take all the fun out of it, Bill.
well, you know, I have
All
a
right.
couple of obligations in the morning, but
All right.
otherwise I would stay on. But I'll catch you guys Saturday night. Well, Friday night in the green room, and then make Saturday night here.
Good night, Carly. And thanks,
Yeah,
Bill,
good.
for dropping in. We appreciate it.
Thanks for the invite, and you guys take care.
All right.
I'll
Good
see
night.
you later. Bye bye.
You improve everything you touch, Bill.
All right. Let's see if I can make this work. All right. We're gonna start this. Say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
everybody.
Oh, I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.
Stand by a minute. We're clearing out channels. Hold on.
Are we now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't care how old it is, that is still one beautiful airplane.
Yep.
Missile with a man on board.
Yeah.
All right.
Catch it.
For everybody watching on YouTube, this is it. Say good night. We're done.
Because we don't like